What's up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Khaos List. Thanks for joining us. And I'm going to go through the panel and let the people tell them where they are. So we'll start off with, or who they are. So we'll start off with Danny. You go, since your mic is muted.
Hey, it's me again, Danny. I'm Comic Chat on YouTube. I'm one of the three guys involved with the Chaos Central crew, I guess you can call it. Myself, Nzo, and Chris Knight. Last night was one of my shows, The Chaotic Conversation. Tonight, The Chaos List. You can catch me again Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for got so much on my mind. I can't think of what Square One.
Square One.
And Square One with me, Min Diesel, Onzo. We got a special guest which we reveal later on this week. And also Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me on Equilibrium with Onzo, Terrence, and John.
Excellent. And Mr. Sith Lord, my bad. Tell them where you're at, where they can find you, my friend.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy JJ, also known as Sith Lord 3827 in the chat. You can find me a little bit everywhere. I'm a mod over on Mary Mayhem's channel, and she's nice enough to let me on a stream or two every once in a while. You can also find me over on Hanstar's channel, which tomorrow night he'll be doing a Jackbox game night at 11 p.m. Eastern. And also, I got my own weekly stream that I've started doing. It's called Randomness at its Finest. I do it either on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. That's why it's called Randomness. And you can also find me right here on Twitter at SithLord3827. Gentlemen, thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming. Mr. Chris Knight, co-host. Tell them what it is. Tell them where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me over on my channel, The Real Review 3000. I do several streams a week, including one for Chaos Central. Of course, chaoscentral.com is kind of my website, and that's kind of where we got the YouTube channel from. I'm on Hanstar's channel as Name That Tune DJ. JJ has me on occasionally. You can find me up with Mary Mayhem, this person, that person. I'm just a regular stream whore, walking the world trying to make his earn.
Not a problem. And Mr. Terrence, tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, what's up, humans? It's Terrence. You can find me on Danny's channel on Sundays and Mondays. That's Comic Chat. And then you can find me on my channel, Jermaine Terrence.
Excellent. You know, Terrence, I think you need to start doing some streaming on your channel as well. You know, that would be good. No?
Maybe one day.
All right, you know, I gotta bust the balls of my co-host over here. So again, you guys, welcome to the channel. We're gonna start the show off. We got 3 topics where we're gonna discuss and debate. I actually have an honorable topic that I want to share with the people. Something really I was thinking about while I was, you know, making my topic. So first topic that I have on the list right now is honorable topic. Watch party or movie. Would you like to see Mr. Comic Chat, aka Danny Graham, do a watch party for Blank Man and Meteor Man? Or would you be happy with a movie review of both?
You ain't gonna see none of them. I can tell you that right now.
I know my answer to this.
What's your answer?
I would like to be a part of a watch party of those 2 movies with Mr. Danny Graham. I really would love to be a part of that watch party.
Oh, I definitely would like to be a part of that one too, Danny.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Why not?
First of all, I don't even know how to do that. So I know
we'll help you. Oh, we can help you out every bit.
I'm refusing to help.
No,
Really?
Yeah, don't ever say you don't know how, because somebody will say, I'll show you.
Yep.
And I'll definitely show you how to do it.
Okay, I don't care to learn. How about that?
Not for that, right?
Okay, so we don't have to do the watch party. We could just review the movies, you know? We watch them.
We can review it. And when y'all reviewing it, this is what I'll be doing right here.
Oh, Danny, that's brother. All right, so now, Terrence, what do you think of that? You want him to do it?
Nah, he don't like Blank Man and Meteor Man. You know what I'm gonna do?
Thank you, Terrence.
I'll just watch them
Wow,
myself.
Terrence, you hurt me,
Thank
man.
you,
Me and you were
Terrence.
both on Danny's case to watch
Thank you.
them, and now you want to be politically correct?
Thank you,
No, no,
Terrence.
no. Like
I appreciate it.
I'll enjoy it by myself. I feel like if Danny watches it, he just gonna be trying to turn the movie off every second. I'm like, no, no, I'll watch it alone.
Be cursing us, be like, you guys gonna be
Thank,
watching this
thank
bullshit
you,
movie.
Terrence. I appreciate the backup, bro.
Uh, yeah, well, I had to get you, Danny, and it won't be the last time. Don't worry.
Mhm.
All right,
Thank
so now we get into the real topic. Topic number one, which is Black Widow to pass the baton to Yelena Belova. Hope I said that right. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I butcher names anyway. So, Black Widow director Kate Shortland divulges some details about the movie, including the importance of Florence Plugh's character. MUC fans have been curious as to whether she will be taking over for Scarlett Johansson, now deceased Natasha Romanoff. Um, According to the Black Widow director, Kate Scotland, there is a certainty and element of baton passing going on. Now, do you want to see Yelena Belova as the Black Widow, or would you rather see Scarlett Johansson reprise her role in Phase 4?
Ooh, let me answer this first.
Go right ahead, Danny.
Uh, I don't care about no Florence Pugh. I want to see Scarlett Johansson totally in Phase 4. I want them to retcon some serious part of Endgame and piss people off. I don't care if they about the time stuff. I don't care if it piss people off. I don't care. I want them to retcon it in some kind of way, bring her back from the Soul Stones, taking her life, whatever loophole they can create, whatever it is. I want them to find it, think of it, and come back. That's what I want to see. I don't care about passing no stinking baton. Scarlett Johansson is the perfect Black Widow. That's who I want to see. So that's what I want to happen.
That's one of the reasons why I picked this topic, because I know that you really want to see her come back, and you're going on to that little rumor that's going on
Well,
about what's going to happen to Black Widow, right?
I was gonna say, because of that, what he said, and I've read it too, that Feige is really pointing at this changing some stuff as far as he says. And here's the funny thing. Then this comes out, and what it says is, well, you could call it a passing of the baton. Well, here's the question. Will we find out because of this movie that Natasha was oh shoot, what's Black Widow's name?
Natasha, you said it.
Natasha,
Scarlett Johansson.
her sister. What's her sister's name? I'm sorry, Natalie. Right?
Oh, I have no idea. What's her sister's name,
Wow,
Terrence?
Florence Pugh in real life?
Yeah,
Florence
no,
Pugh in real life?
no, the character.
Oh, I don't know.
Yelena, there you go.
Yelena,
I think that's her sister. Danny even said it, that perhaps they're going to use the face switch thing, which happens in the comic books. And if they do that, then is the passing of the baton really her sister being Black Widow without us knowing it the whole time that the MCU has been going on? And what you're going to find out is that Natasha actually is going to take the moniker of Black Widow from this point on. So we've been tricked to believe that who we were watching the whole time was Natasha, because that's who she was playing, because that's what they believed.
And when they go to, some people say, well, no, Red Skull would have called them out, but if they got the same parents, then there wouldn't be no difference. If they're sisters,
and here's the thing. Well, no, you don't even have to say that. She sacrificed herself, which is somebody who Hawkeye cares about. Okay, that's all it says, is that Hawkeye has to care about what he's losing. It doesn't have to be Natasha, truthfully. It's the person who he is in front of. And if that was really Natasha's sister, that's who he has those feelings for. So she sacrifices herself. It works the same way. So it doesn't really matter who you see there. It's how he I think
that's going to be the switch and bait. I could be wrong.
It could be. I find that interesting, that after hearing that too, that now this comes out. So the baton may not be what we're thinking. We may not be thinking this way. It could be the face switch, because we've heard through some channels that scene will be in this.
Let's just say hypothetically retcon. This crisis is only going to help that if that's what Kevin Feige wants to do, because now they got time to really think about it, tighten it up, make sure there are no plot holes, whatever the case may be.
Oh, there'll be
theories
plot
in
holes.
place, whatever.
It's the MCU. There'll be plot holes.
I'm just saying they got time to work on it and make it more believable, realistic, whatever. I don't know what word you want to use, but I think if that's the route they're going, I for one wouldn't be mad against it for it being the phase switch thing. And I think now that this crisis is in place, that's just giving them more time to come up with a better story or a better reason behind the old switcheroo.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I'm not too sure that they're going to do that. You know what I mean? I don't even want them to do that. They had the balls to kill her, so leave her dead. Let them pass the baton to someone else, and you never know, she might be just as good. You never know. Terrence?
Well,
I mean, JJ, go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. With that aspect, that you just might as well go ahead and recast the role of Carrie Fisher to someone else as Princess Leia. That's the only way I know how to deal with it. Ain't nobody going to deal with a recasting. And with Black Widow sacrificing herself in Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the fans would settle for a new face as the Black Widow.
It's a good point.
Yep. True fans, mind you. Now, you might have some of the comic book people that might go, okay, all right, yeah, cool. But from Chris's standpoint, it makes a whole lot of sense. The Natasha Romanoff that we see and learn about and find out about that sacrifices herself may not be Natasha at all. That's a good way to bring her back.
Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, everybody wants to bring, the Red Skull would call that out. No, he wouldn't. If Hawkeye truly cares for that person in front of him, he may think it's Natasha, but it doesn't matter. That's not what's important. He believes it's Natasha, but it's not about the name. It's about who the person is. He cares about the person, not the name.
Right.
And so therefore it works because he still is something's being sacrificed he cares about.
And like when he calls like whatever, daughter of so and so, if they're sisters, it would be the same parent names call. So that could be a little.
Well, one thing on that is when Thanos and Gamora go there, he says daughter of Thanos,
which
and
is
not
not
Gamora's real father. So
yeah, that ain't accurate.
That's like I said, all MCU stuff has plot holes. So I mean, they'll work it out however they want. If they want to do that, they'll do it. It doesn't really matter if it truly works within the framework. They'll make it work. That's why they put time travel in Endgame. That's the only way they could get all these people back that they still have plans for. And we all kind of knew that. But Terrence, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. Quiet, bro.
So, in terms of I've read about the whole Soul Stone thing and how they could do the switcheroo. That shit is stupid, and I don't want to see it because it's not supposed to work like that. Like, I don't care the few people that think that you can somehow trick an entity and an Infinity Stone. That makes no sense. I don't want to see that. So I don't want to see any sort of retcon at all. I remember in the comic books that Yelena, who's a sister-like figure, because they're not literal sisters, it's just their bond that they formed in the Red Room. And Yelena was always very angered and jealous of Natasha because she felt that her skills were just as good, if not better. And they're both considered to be Black Widow. So in the movie, I'm just curious to see how they play up the type of rivalry and how they're going to present that to the individuals that are not familiar with that. And in terms of passing of the baton, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, Natasha for a while was trying to work with Yelena, and that went in so many different crazy directions. I remember at one point, Natasha, the Agents of Shield, Nick Fury, and even Daredevil, they basically kidnapped her and they swapped faces, but it was only for the purpose of trying to show Yelena that her training in the Red Room was considered to be manipulative, destructive, evil, distasteful, and all of the above. that she was trying to show her that we are not the heroes. Like, we kill people, we all we do is assassinate people, we destroy people's lives and things of that sort. We are not anywhere near like the Avengers, And then at one point, you had Natasha kill Yelena and then make a clone of her, So you had that kind of stuff going on. So there's a lot of complexities. But if Yelena is to be the replacement, I'm like, that's absolutely appropriate because the other Black Widow, Natasha, she's been there for 10 years. So I'm okay with another Black Widow being there because that's accurate anyway. Now, the audience, in terms of how they would respond to that, I mean, I feel like once you see a character for that long, there's an attachment there, but the character got a good send off. I think it would be very inappropriate to go, oh, no, we were just kidding. And you sort of ruin that moment in Endgame. I don't like when they do stuff like that. So I would prefer not to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, Black Widow, we know that she's going to die. You leave that alone and just sort of add to the lore of the MCU without going back and doing the baiting and switching and trying to convince the average person that, oh, you can trick something that powerful. That I don't want to see that.
And I absolutely agree with you. I don't want to see them go back either because that was supposed to be a moment, right? Even when that situation happened, I was like,
but
oh,
how many
Hawkeye's
people
dead.
wanted it to be Hawkeye? And
That's
at this
what I'm
point
saying.
right now, I don't know, because I'd be okay with them switching that. I'm with Danny on this.
But you see, that was my point. When that scene happened, I thought it was going to be Hawkeye, right? I thought it was Hawkeye going to die, and then they ended up killing off Black Widow. And I was like, okay, that was a good little twist, something I wasn't expecting them to do. And now they want to go and change that. I don't think that would be good for them. I think they should just keep it the way it is. I like the fact that she died, you know what I mean?
Right, but at the same time, people would have flipped their wigs, man, if Hawkeye was the one that died because he had a family.
He had a family, right?
Well, here's the thing though. I'm calling BS on that for this reason. The entire time that the MCU was going on, nobody cared about Hawkeye unless you were a fan of the comics.
That is correct.
And it wasn't until much later in the MCU when it was revealed that, okay. Because earlier on they showed that he sort of had a family, but it just came and went, like, so you didn't really have an attachment. But it wasn't until like Infinity War and Endgame where people were like, oh, I love Hawkeye so much. That was so fake because they never said that before. So if you would have killed him instead of Black Widow, the impact wouldn't have been as great because people don't give a shit about Hawkeye. They care about Black Widow. She is one of she is one of the few respected, strong female characters within the comic book genre in terms of live action. So if you do that, look how the audience responded. So it speaks for itself. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh no, Hawkeye, he died." No.
So, what's your explanation for Red Skull saying it's the daughter of Thanos instead of Gamora's real father?
Because what happened was, in terms of the comic books, like, since he went around and literally stole people from their planets and families, specifically Gamora and Nebula, and then also him also trying to literally erase history that they were attached to anyone else, individuals will address it as that. It doesn't have to be like in the literal sense. It's just something that is accepted throughout the Marvel universe. Like, these are his daughters. Not literally, but they're with him. He took them, he raised them, he trained them. Those are his kids. So someone like Red Skull should address it as just that. And even if he were to go by Gamora's real parents, it really wouldn't make a difference because Thanos' attachment to those characters is what makes that work. And the entity in itself can sense and feel that, which is why he addressed it as such.
Gotcha.
I think you're giving Danny a brain bleed.
I'm not saying that they're. Oh, sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
I actually agree with what he said in that particular
situation
example.
Yeah, and as far as her and the switching and all that, I'm not worried about if they do it or not. Whatever they do, it's going to be fine. It's just I think that the reason why I would buy into them not really switching them, but going back and showing that it isn't Natasha the whole time, is that with Scarlett Johansson, everybody from the beginning of her character back in Iron Man 2 has wanted her to have her own film. And here it is. You're going to give it to her, and then it's over. You're done with her.
Mm-hmm.
No. See, I don't buy that, and it'll go back to a point that I just made. She was there for 10 years. It's not like she just showed up like Captain Marvel and then she had a movie. She has a lot of stakes, so there is no real genuine, oh, I miss her so much because I haven't got enough of her. You give her a movie, and realistically, she should have had a movie before Captain Mediocre Marvel. This should be her second or third movie. But even still, even though she hasn't had her movie until now, she was still very much an important character within the confines of the MCU movies.
Mm-hmm,
I'm just saying, either way they go with this, either way, they're gonna have people happy with it. They're gonna have people pissed off.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure that no matter what they do, a lot of humans will like it. I'm sure that it will make money. But just because they do something doesn't mean that I have to like it.
No,
and if they
absolutely
do that,
not.
If they do that, I won't like that. But that doesn't mean that the movie in itself will be bad. It will just be, I guess, what the humans would call a nitpick of mine. I'm like, why did you do that? You didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that there will be something major in that movie. I just don't think it's going to be that, I think there's going to be something else. There was another little rumor that I read, which I believe more than the bringing back.
Right. And just sort of to drive it home, I think that I remember in the theater that people were like, no, when she sacrificed herself, like, don't take that away from that character. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take away her moments.
Wasn't she even the one that like asked for that moment too? Because I heard it was supposed to be Hawkeye, and she was like, no, it has to be me. Don't take that away.
Right. That is exactly why in that moment you see Hawkeye look at her and he looked just like terrified, like no, it's supposed to be me.
Yeah, I think that like Terrence said, it's one of the few strong female characters within this universe, and the fact that you give her that important. I mean, because let's just be honest here. Either one of them could have done it, but to give it to the female role, to sacrifice herself, to get one of the things they had to get to fix a problem, that's a big role. Nobody else in this universe, in that movie, technically had to give up that much to get to the point where we get to the end where Tony Stark is able to sacrifice himself. So there's two major sacrifices. But if she doesn't sacrifice herself, yes, I know Hawkeye would have, whatever. I do agree with Terrence. It is much more, there's much more gravitas to it with her doing it.
Mm-hmm. And that's important because she's one of the OG members. And if you've been paying attention to the films, every single one of the OG members had a specific important role in terms of Infinity War and Endgame. Every one of them got to shine for a particular moment. I don't care if it's Iron Man, Thor, Cap, even Hulk. They all had their role to play. And that's good that they did that.
Absolutely. And before we move on to the next topic, Nindroid says, here's a good question. How did Captain America take back the Soul Stones? I've been asking that question since the end of that movie, to be honest with you. So,
it belongs where it belongs. So I guess you take it and drop it off the cliff.
Well, that's a good question in the sense of, I mean, I guess it would be easy to sort of go, well, the movie told us and that's how it is. But at the same time, he should not even be able to carry all of the Infinity Stones. That alone should have killed him, incinerated him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
Yeah, because the Collector, somehow nobody thinks of this, but the Collector starts collecting them and he brings them close together, and they even show that it starts creating chaos within that little area. And according to the comic books and all that, you bring them too close together. The only reason the gauntlet is the only thing that can contain the power of them being that close together.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point, but the collector is a little different because you are dealing with someone that did ultimately capture a bunch of heroes and turn them into trading cards. So like
Mhm.
every time that he seeks out something that he wants to go in his collection, be it an item, be it a person, he finds out a lot of information of how to capture it and how to contain it. Captain America is not such a person. He doesn't even even begin to know how to understand how to hold all those in his
Mhm.
little duffel bag or whatever he had them in. I'm like, no, but it's fine. But I'm like, that wouldn't really happen like that.
Excellent. All right. So, anybody else have any final words on the topic?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So, next topic. Topic number 2. New YouTube channel. So, Brie Larson has started a YouTube channel and is currently sitting at 210K subscribers. She has posted one video, 12 minutes long, which currently has 1.2 million viewers. I said views, but 2 million views, yeah. Brie Larson was monetized even before she posted her first video. Do you think it's fair that the rules for YouTube do not apply to celebrities? And anybody can start.
Uh,
I'll,
go ahead,
no,
JJ.
Chris. No, Chris. No,
I
Chris.
was just going to say that.
No, you're not allowed. Hush.
Well,
Personally,
Go
yes,
ahead.
it's unfair. For one thing, there is a way. I don't know exactly how, but any real YouTuber knows there is a way to go in and get certain sponsorships and whatnot and be able to purchase subscribers. Brie has the money to do that. Brie has the money to have a full production team at her beck and call. She has the money to make everything possible for YouTube. Okay, subscribers. Okay, who cares how many she's got? But to be monetized on the spot, that is distinctly unfair to everyone else that is out there busting their butts day in and day out. Chris Knight is the perfect example. He's been doing this for so long, and it took him seemed like forever to get monetized. So, yeah, it's unfair, and it should have never happened. Period. She needed to get out there, get her subscribers, which that wasn't a problem. She needs to get her view time, 4,000 hours watch time. She needed to do that before she can become 1 ounce able to collect a dollar from it.
well, not just that. Here's the thing: anybody who's gone through monetization process. I mean, I'll admit it took me, I think, only 3 days after they said I was eligible for it, and I was surprised as hell that it took that short amount of time. But there are people who wait weeks. Some people who wait months. If I don't know if you guys know who Lethal Lightning is, I know JJ knows. How long did it take him? He had his stuff in to them for months before he finally got monetized. And that guy, he's busting his ass doing this stuff.
Yep.
And there's many other people, not just him. There's many other people who do this, and then they're like, "Well, wait a minute, your content isn't exactly what we want as a part of our partnership program or whatnot." You know what? If you're just going to give it to somebody like her, then why are you making everybody else jump through these hoops? She should have to go through the same partnership program. And honest to God, I believe you should have a certain amount of videos first. I mean, I don't care if you say you have to have 10 videos and each of those videos gets 100,000 views. Fine. But you should set a bare minimum of videos. Those videos should have content that was not basically her just sitting there talking to a screen like a live stream. And there needs to be, but she should be held by the same things that Danny will have to go through, that I had to go through, that JJ would have to go through, Terrence had to go through, Anzo, you would have to go through, anybody else. However we have to go through it, she should have to do the same thing.
So, just to ask you guys, what are the rules to get monetization, right? Because from only thing I know is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view hours, right? Now
that's the basics. You have to go through it. So when you go to your monetization screen in your channel set in your channel dashboard, you go down there, it'll show you those two things, because that's the two things that you have to do to get considered. But if you read further in all of those things, one, you have to set it up where you are signed up through AdSense, because they want their percentage of whatever you make off of YouTube. 2, you have to set it up where you are signed up through AdSense, because they want their percentage of whatever you make off of YouTube. 3, you have to set it up where you are signed up through AdSense, because they want their percentage of whatever you make off of YouTube. So you have to sign up for the AdSense program. You have to follow their community guidelines, which means you can't have a copyright strike. And yes, people have gotten monetized after having a copyright strike, but you have to go through a whole bunch of different things. You got to jump through hoops for that. But a copyright strike hurts. But if your content does not transform whatever you're doing, so like if you're a reaction channel where you react to all the trailers and stuff, if you just sit there and watch trailers all day and say at the beginning, this is the trailer we're gonna watch the Captain Marvel trailer, and you shut up for 2 minutes, watch it, and then afterwards, well, I hope you guys liked it. That's not what they call transforming it. So you have to have something unique. You have to be consistent. So again, that's kind of where the video more than one video is. You have to show that you're invested in doing it. So if you only do one video every 3 or 4 months, you're not going to be considered. That's why a lot of people do live streaming, because it's a lot easier to go on and live stream than it is to
video.
We'll sit down and go through the whole process of thinking of what am I going to do the video on? What do I want to say? What do I want to do? What do I want to show? And that's fine, because I love live streaming because of how easy, and it's a very good way of getting information across.
Mm-hmm. But it's not as only as cut and dry as that, because while you have the basics, it does vary from person to person. Because over on my channel, we have had monetization, we lost it, we had it, we lost it. Regardless of, even if you don't say any curse words, if the material that you're talking about, if you have a certain opinion, no monetization. They can do you like that. Mm-hmm. They do not consider it appropriate for advertisers. Oh. It doesn't matter how PC you are while you're talking. If you have a certain stance on violence, politics, or whatever it is, they're like, nope, no monetization. And you can have your 1K, you can have the channel views, you can have your hours, and to them, no monetization. So it really is a case by case thing. It's not always the same set of rules for everyone.
Yeah, and then they added over the past, 6 months or so, the COPPA rules, which is when that came into play, that screwed a whole bunch of channels out of stuff, because there were a lot of channels that were kid-based, or not so much kid-based, but have what YouTube considers kids material. Mm-hmm. And they were told, you can't be monetized.
And see, even that is complex, because look.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, say for example, somebody is talking about Batman. Batman is a comic book, and that normally is associated with children. But depending on how the person tackles when they talk about Batman will then determine if that's considered to be for kids. It's not going to automatically be. It also depends on what the person is saying. For example, if you're talking about Batman and say you're like, oh yeah, I love when he kills people and when he shot that one guy in the head and ripped out his spine, they're going to be like, no, that is not for children. You have to be very, very straightforward with that. But
at the same time, with the channel owner, if I were to do a video or a live stream and I decided to talk about Batman, and I'm like, okay, this effing fool did this bastard went and did this, he shot this effer in the face or whatnot, it's up to the channel. You have to go in and market for these videos and for these live streams. Age restricted.
Right.
Now I know there's ways around that. I know there's kids out there know how to make fake accounts that they can access this stuff, but when that happens, that's not your problem. That's them doing the wrong. But
that's right, yeah.
You age restrict your content, then it pulls out the child aspect of it.
Yeah,
right. And this is what I did, Nzo. Look, for me at the time when the COPPA started, we had about 7,350 videos on the channel. So what I did was they had an option. They're like, you can either go through and individually mark all those videos. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. You know how long that would take? By the time I'm done, YouTube would no longer exist. That's how long it would take. So I decided to go with the other option, which is just kind of you click on it and then it just immediately highlights all the videos on your channel. And then it will ask you, okay, is this for adults or for kids? And then when you click either or, then it'll be like, are you sure? Which is like them saying, if you wrong about this shit, we gonna fuck up your channel. Is basically what they're saying. So I put it's not for children, and then by the time it was done, it took like, I want to say 30, 45 minutes for them to scan the whole channel, and they determined, yeah, and they actually told me why. They're like, we have porn reviews on the channel. We are talking about violence and war. They're like, oh, good job. And then that's how you do it.
You see, here's the thing. COPPA, the funny thing of that is they only give you two options on YouTube. It's for kids or not for kids. And the funny thing is there is a third option under the rules for COPPA, and that is that some stuff that I do can be considered for kids, but I am not a for kids group or channel. And they don't give you that option. They only give you two options. See, so what that means is, like when we talk about comic books, well, it could be considered for kids, but it's not. And so there's that gray line, but they don't give you that gray line. So here's the thing: she didn't have to deal with any of that. None of it. That's the problem right there, is that she absolutely did not have to do any of that. I mean, my question for people is on Twitter, if you're a famous person, you get the blue check mark. Do they just give that to them, or do they actually dig in and say, is this really this person? I'm sure there's some stuff they have to send in. A publicist does it all. They don't do it. But, somebody sends in and says, yes, this is really so-and-so. And then they get their blue check mark. But does that happen like that? I doubt it.
It's pretty fast. Cause look,
yeah.
When it comes to everybody on this panel, we're not on the level of like Samuel Jackson, Brie Larson, in a sense of just this global fame, right? So with them, whenever they come to this platform, YouTube sees it as that's going to drive more traffic to the platform. That's more money for them. The fact that Brie Larson is like, I'm going to be on this platform. So in her case, because of who she is, she didn't have to go through all the basic processes, which I do believe is unfair. But at the same time, as I stated before, I'm not surprised, because that's how it worked for all of them. It happened with Will Smith. Now, I like Will Smith way more than Brie, but he still falls into the whole Will Smith show up like, hey, y'all, I got a YouTube channel. It could be a 2-minute video. He's monetized and all that because he's Will Smith. They know that the traffic is going to come there. People are going to subscribe right away. They could put ads on it. They know that is almost a guarantee that they can make money from that person. Unlike if the rest of us, they don't know us. There's no guarantee. I mean, like I said, with on my channel, the whole monetization, no monetization, it's all over the place, because they're like, well, we don't know you. You could put out one video, and they're like, what is this shit? Monetization gone.
Well, you see,
go ahead.
I was going to tell Terrence, that's because they don't really know you and me, Terrence. They just don't know how awesome we are.
And my thing,
right.
my thing was, Danny shaking his head. My thing is, like, she had one video for 21 minutes and it got 1.2 million views, and she has over 210K subscribers. So doesn't that meet the request?
No, because she needs. Well, in all actuality, yeah. With
to be considered for the partner program, yes, but it specifically states that they have to go and review your channel and make sure that you're following all the rules, and that you go, and there's these check marks. And if you look on your monetization, if you have a YouTube channel and you look on your monetization screen in your dashboard before you become monetized, it'll give you all of this stuff. There's several things you click on, you look at it, and it explains all of this. And there, you click on the one button and it gives you the 5,000-mile long legal crap. She can't really check all of those check marks with one video. She can't say, I'm going to follow the rules, or that I've been.
The biggest thing is she ain't get no 4,000 watts.
With that many views, she does. But if she was, but you see, Nzo added something to this that I didn't know about, and that she was monetized before she even put that video up.
And see, both of you have a point. Nzo has a point, and so does Chris. But it's like, while technically with the number of subscribers, with the number of channel views and all that and the hours, it does match. But I think that the reason why you have a fair number of YouTubers in the sense of them not already being pre-celebrity, right? The reason why they're upset is because of how fast it happened. Like as soon as she was like my account, then they was like, oh shit, that's Captain Marvel. Yo, monetization, run 30 ads on one video, type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, but I mean, I'm totally on board with what you're saying, Terrence. It's absolutely why they did it. They're not going to lose money on this, and
I
the
can't
pennies
blame
on
them.
the dollar that she gets for that,
If
she's
it
going to
was
donate to some charity, and she's going to be, whatever.
if it was Danny Tube, Onzo Tube, Chris Knight Tube, or Terrence Tube, we be doing this. Well, I don't know about Terrence. We be doing the same damn thing. Oh, Samuel Jackson, click.
Samuel L. Jackson, hell yeah.
The monetization thing is really interesting because it's like most of the time on my channel I don't even turn that on. Like I did it scanned the whole channel before and then it monetized what I had at that time, most of them. But at the same time I have to turn that on, and most of the time I know that if I turn it on they will turn it off because of the things that I say, or if you're using something that belongs to someone else, they automatically tell you like, well, you're not going to get any money for this. I'm like, well, that's fine. I'm just concerned about if I can use it. I obviously know that if I put up a fight scene from a movie, they're not going to give me no fucking revenue for that. That's obvious. They ain't got to tell me that shit. But
Mhm.
it's interesting how that works though with the monetization because
But how does it work? How does it work when people review other people's videos and stuff? They're getting paid for that.
Well, you can, but you have to first dispute it. You have to state that it's fair use. You have to prove that it's fair use. And even then, the funny thing about how you dispute it is it goes right back to the person who claimed the copyright in the first place, which I don't think is right because I think it should go to a third party, and that third party should look at it and decide, is this truly fair use or is it copyright?
Wait, Danny, you mean if you review another YouTuber stuff or just
There's a YouTuber, I can't think of the name of it, but it's a light skinned black girl and her dad, and they review like hip hop videos or rap artists, and I mean she got a gang of damn subscribers and stuff.
that?
And
Oh, okay.
somebody's world or something it's called.
Well, you
Yeah,
see,
that's risky though. Like, see, whenever you do reactions, especially to stuff that's really popular, or you upload this scene or that scene, it's risky. You really have to chop it up in the right way. And if you don't, they won't even allow you to use it. Like, it could be 1 second longer than what they want. The 2 seconds, it could be something where you're like, this doesn't make any sense. It's only 2 seconds, and you
well,
just blocked it. So, but you have to be careful. So you'll see that these sorts of reactors, they really are very particular with how they chop it up. And then if they don't chop it up, they make sure to talk a lot in between to sort of counteract any idea that they may lose revenue and things of that sort.
well, okay, so I do a lot of music reviews and stuff, and I do reaction videos. So this is what we get. You got restrictions right here. These restrictions will tell you there's none on this one, there's none on this one. There's a copyright claim. Well, I go to see details, and it'll pop up something, and it'll tell me what's going on. Copyright summary status, and it'll show me this is why. It'll say, what do you want to do? I told it I wanted to dispute it. I told them why I used it, and how I used it is by the letter fair use. And they got 30 days to respond. If they don't, they'll release it. But these copyright claims will come up. So sometimes you'll see none, and that means I'll get paid for it by views. Copyright claim means it's in escrow right now because they're looking at the dispute. But like this one has a copyright claim, chances are I think it's already been, see, dispute rejected. So they rejected that. So it's ineligible for monetization. So you go through, and it's just, you got to fight, for what you think. And you're not, and because it goes right back to the, copyright holder, what is most of them going to do? They're going to be like, it's still copyright. They're not even going to look at what you say. That's why I say it should be a third party, because okay, so when I do a music review, I get a lot of people on me about, oh, you talk over the music and all that. I said, it's a review. It's not a reaction. And I am telling you what's going on or what I like about it. That transforms that video I'm showing into something else because I'm not letting people just listen to it. I'm talking about it. And that review under fair use is an actual thing. It says it's for informational purposes, reviews, educational. There's certain things that I can use it for. Now, to me, it doesn't matter because I'm not getting a lot of money off of the monetization side of it anyways. So if they don't want me to have it, I'm like, just let me use it. That's all I want. I just want to be able to use it. You can keep the money. I don't care. And I put that in almost every one of them also. It's like, just let me use it and I'm done.
It is dependent on the person and like their number of subs. Cause like,
that's true.
Sometimes they can look at it as like, oh, so you're using my scene, huh? But then they see how many people you got on the channel, and they might go, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. We'll just add some ads on it so we can take money," you know. But I'm just
have a lot.
They know what they're doing. These YouTubers know what they're doing. Brie Larson's position it's not fair, but none of us are surprised by it. I think that's the best way to say it.
Absolutely not.
I agree, 100%. Any last words, Danny? You look like you want to say something.
Nope. I didn't even see the question, bro.
Can I get you some Tylenol?
It ain't that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't disrespect the show. But lately, man, my job has been blowing my damn phone up. I'm telling you. When y'all see me click off my avatar, it's usually because I got a call from that
Your
world.
No, it's no problem. Well, the question was about Brie Larson getting monetized right as she came on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that because well, some of them, a lot of them did their blood, sweat, and tears to get that fame and popularity. So if they can use it to their advantage, who am I to say that's bull crap? I mean, because if the roles were reversed, I would know I would do the same thing.
My question is, before we go to the next topic, is let's say she does a live stream. Why do you want a super chatter for anyway? She has how much money already?
Oh, I'm not. Super chat.
I guarantee you, some humans will.
Yeah, they will. I know they will.
Like you know, because you know that humans are gonna want to be like, yo, Brie Larson will respond if I give her the super chat. I mean, she knows the rules, right?
I'm sorry, you got to understand. Once you're up to 1 million subscribers and stuff like that,
you know, you be counting the money because
but you can't respond to every damn thing.
It's not so much that she's going to respond to everything, but because they are talking to a movie star, there is a chance, and if there's a chance, they're gonna try. They're gonna try.
You're gonna have to put up. You can't do no $2 or $3 super chat. If you throw in like maybe 100 or something like that, which I know I ain't never gonna throw in that. That shit ain't happening.
Just proves
the person I've seen the most that I follow is Tyrone Magnus, and when he's rolling and there's 400 or 500 people in there, he can't keep track of the super chats. It's just like ding, 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 ding.
Well, you can because you as the channel owner can go in and set. I don't know exactly how, but you can have the chat scroll at a slower pace.
And you can also, I think, set it up to where it only shows certain things.
That is exactly right. Because I did notice that kind of function. It'll say, how do you want the messages to pop up? You can do the normal speed, you can slow it down, or you can limit how much a person can say something. So like say Chris, Nzo, and Danny come in and they want to say something to me. It's like, okay, Danny may have a bunch of questions that he might want to do right away, but he can only do one, and then you guys could do one, so that way the person that's hosting the stream can better follow the comments.
Well, I ain't at that level.
Well, with any comment in the live chat, you got 200 characters.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, she's gonna be getting like.
No, I thought as much as you want to pay for, because you only get like 50 characters if you do $2. If you want to do
well, no. I'm saying if you're typing like right now, we're live streaming. You got people, we're responding to people in the chat. To type anything in the chat is 200 characters. But then the more the dollar amount of a super
the more
chat,
you get to write.
The more you get right. Yeah.
Right.
Anzo, I'm gonna switch my phone. I'm gonna be running to get my kid.
Yeah, no problem.
I think the cheapest one is $2, so that gives you 50 characters.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's like $5 that maybe give you 150 or something like that.
150,
Yes.
yeah.
Right,
The
Yeah.
next one
right.
is $250, and I've never gone past $5, so I don't know what that world looks like.
Well, I've done. I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but I was just able to at the time. I've dropped two $100 super chats,
Hell no.
and I think it was like 200 or 250 characters.
If I drop that, I want to see Maya at my door about 2 hours later.
Well, I did it. I did it because I did it because at the time it was last December, just this past December. It was basically a Christmas present, so to speak.
Good deal.
My highest was $70.
And
Yeah.
like I've told a lot of humans before, I'm like, if the viewers, if they really like you, they're gonna drop questions and super chats, and you don't
I've
have
seen
to ask.
that before. I've seen that before.
Like I think I mentioned it to you, Anzo, about this YouTuber Daquan, black dude, funny as hell. Like he, as soon as he started his stream, like give it like 20 seconds, and one person was like $10, 50, 100, 200. Like I'm talking about in the span of 10 minutes, he had more than 3K in super chats to the point to where he was like, thank you, trying to read them. He was like, I promise I will get to all of them, but if you guys keep doing that, unfortunately I won't be able to get to the topic. But that's crazy that can happen.
But at the same time, in your I don't know exactly where because I'm not monetized. It's just I've seen a couple people do it. They can pull up just the super chats.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. You can do that.
I've seen the guy that does Bat in the Sun.
Right. Yeah.
When he comes on, man, it's like, okay, I'm about to get $2,000 or $3,000 right here.
Yeah.
I done thrown him a couple.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Because in his case, people want to see like this dude is telling you he's making short movies of the characters that you love. You're like, shit, if I can give him a couple hundred to be able to see that character, then they gonna do it. So that's why.
Oh yeah.
Well,
hey, did you watch that Gambit clip I sent you, Terrence?
I did. I watched it after the stream.
What'd you think of it?
It was amazing. It's kind of what I saw from that is like what I've often said about, if you got the passion, then to me that's better than having a whole bunch of money because you're going to approach your project in a certain way.
They had some money in there too, because that bad guy was Eric Roberts.
Yeah, I caught that. I was like, that's Eric Roberts right there. What the fuck? Like, yeah.
He's no slouch.
To answer Dandelion Fluff's question, it's you get 70% of that. They get 30%. So for every dollar, they get 30 cents.
Cool. All right, so we'll move on to the next topic, guys.
That's super chat.
I'm having it.
Yeah, that's in super chats. Yeah, they get 30% of the super chats.
I'm sure to have one night, like another
YouTuber. Pardon me, gentlemen. Chris, listen to me for a second. That comment was just highlighted.
Yeah,
I noticed earlier. Anzo highlighted one from Becky Broward.
What?
You're not appearing in the chat on my left.
Oh, it's not? Oh, because we're running this on 2 channels.
Oh, that's right. Is this running on your channel also?
It's running on Khaos Central.
Khaos Central on my channel. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, guys. I was just like, man, where are these comments coming from? Because I don't see them.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it. All right. So topic number 3, and I see I put a V instead of a C, but whatever. Rocky 4 director's cut is coming, and it will be great. So a Rocky 4 director's cut is on the way. This information comes directly from Sylvester Stallone, who not only reprised his role as Rocky Balboa, but also sat in the director's chair for the 1985 sequel. As for what precisely this will entail or when it will be available remains to be seen. Sly assures us one thing, though. It will be amazing. This comes in the wake of the success of Creed 2, which served as something as a direct follow-up to the fourth entry in the long-running franchise. Are you excited to see a director's cut of Rocky 4, or do you think that he should put Rocky to bed?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Terrence.
Hey, man, I enjoyed the hell out of Rocky 4. I didn't seen that movie so many times. Like, there has been so many moments where I just have these training segments, and I got Rocky 4 in the background, and it's like I'm killing Apollo Creed instead of Ivan Drago.
If he
So,
dies, he dies.
yeah, if he dies, he dies. Like,
I
oh, damn, that movie. I'm getting
Three.
the flashbacks.
I'm just gonna say 3 is better to me.
man, I want to see this because Sylvester Stallone, this is his baby. So his view, I mean, I know it was his directory. Yeah, I know he directed it, but for him to take it and actually do what he wanted and not just the studio and the producers, which all three had a say in it. So there were editors that said, well, we're going to clip this out and this out. This runs a little weird, or this doesn't fit here or here. It'll be interesting to see what his take on the movie is, since it is his movie series.
He got to do okay. First of all, he told Dolph Lundgren to hit him really hard during the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost died. He had to go to the hospital. So if you ask me,
In real life?
Stallone,
Yeah.
in the context of the movie, he told Dolph, because Dolph was like, no, because Dolph is a trained martial artist. Like, a lot of people don't know that, but that dude is fucking legitimately badass.
Yep.
So he told him, hey man, we need to make this look real. I want the audience to kind of feel like I'm getting hit, so you're gonna have to hit me hard. Dolph Lundgren was like, I don't know, man. Like, Stallone was like, do it. So he did that, and Stallone had to go to the hospital for some days. He almost died. So if you ask me, Stallone got to do what he wanted against other people's advisement, including Dolph himself. It was like, Sly is crazy as hell. He's literally Rambo. There's something wrong with this dude. So, but in terms of Rocky 4, because I enjoyed that movie so much, like as much as I like Apollo and Clubber Lang and all the other ones, like Rocky 5 was but I did like Tommy Gunn, but the story just didn't really help his character.
I gotta like Rocky 5 just because Tommy Morrison's from KC. So
I hate
the movie is not good, but it does have its moments. I'll give it some moments.
The guy that played Don, that thought he was Don King, he was a funny part.
Yeah, he was funny as hell.
You bet not lose.
You don't fight Tommy Gunn, and he's the best. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He just had 3 fights. Like,
yeah, they probably should have had a boxing match at the end though, instead of that street fight. I think that's what kind of lost me, you know.
Right. So I'm down for the director's cut.
In all actuality,
sorry, go ahead.
In all actuality, the street fight in Rocky 5 was basically the ending to his beginning, because that's what he was. He was a street fighter.
Yeah, I get it.
That's true, and that's a great point. But it's like, aside from the moments, I felt like when you compare it to the other Rocky movies, it didn't really have the strong substance of the other films outside of the moments. Like when his wife was talking to him in the street, and she was like, "You're losing your family." That was like probably the best scene in the whole movie, because to me, it spoke to just what the movie is as a whole. Like, you need to get back on track because you're fucking up. So I took that speech in many ways.
Also,
yeah.
Go down to David Quintana's remark. I think that is excellent.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
They should bring back Clubber Lang for Creed 3 if that happens.
That'd be interesting.
You mean Clubber Lang's son?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've talked about it.
I have joked about that. Now, if they do it, then I feel like I'm not against it as long as the movie is good, right? It's like, to me, Creed 2 had a definitive ending. Like, it really did. He proved himself. He beat the guy's son and you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, that's great. So to me, anything after that, I would consider to be fluff. Like, not in the bad sense, but just, this is nice, but if it didn't exist, it wouldn't matter, because Creed 2 has an ending.
Now, Sylvester Stallone directed Rocky 4, and Rocky Balboa, right? Just those 3?
I believe so.
I believe so, yeah.
I think he had his hand in everything.
Well, no, he was producer of all of them, I think, and it's his characters. He
it was
wrote
a story idea.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Again, this is his baby. And I would be really interested because, like I said, I know he directed Rocky IV, but if he's announcing this, that he has always wanted it to look a different way.
I don't care to see I don't have to see a Rocky IV. That movie's already good as is.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Right.
But could it be better?
I don't
Do we
think
know?
so.
No. See,
No.
with the director's cut, I will watch it by default because I love Rocky IV so much.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing it's not necessarily going to be any better or any worse. Like, what we'll probably get is some cool scenes, but I'm like, this doesn't need to be
to the story. That's not really needed to a already great film.
I agree.
Right.
Like, what else can he add to it? You know what I mean?
There's nothing else.
True.
The only thing he could add to it. No, that didn't happen until later on. I hate the fact that Adrian died. She didn't die in that particular movie, but I hate the fact.
Died though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the actress died.
But they could have done something else. I mean, computer generated damn Princess Leia.
That's true, Danny. But I think Stallone, if I remember correctly, he was speaking about how he felt like that would have been distasteful for the fans of the franchise. That it would have been better just to let her go, and then you can have Rocky reminiscing about how he loved her. Like I'm like, I get that. I really do.
Yeah, I don't even remember Rocky Balboa. I think I only seen it one time.
It was good.
It was good.
It's not good. You know why I know it's not good? Because you don't see it on TNT or.
That's not true.
I've never seen it on there.
I've seen it on TV a few times, but it would have to be like what happens is the way I see it is it either comes on by itself and it's like on HBO, or if it's on one of the basic cable channels.
You see 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Well, but here's the thing. Rocky Balboa was kind of his, I'm done with the series. And then this kid, it wasn't, I can't remember who plays Creed's son.
Michael B. Jordan.
You're talking about Adonis?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Did he come to Sylvester Stallone with this idea? Because it was somebody that came to him and said, "Hey, I got an idea for this."
It's the same cat. I think the same cat that wrote Black Panther kind of went to Stallone.
Well, whoever it was,
Ryan Coogler. So
they came to him and they said, "I got this idea," and he's like, "No, I'm done with Rocky." He said, "No, you don't understand. It's not going to be about Rocky. It's going to be about Apollo Creed's son. And Rocky is going to be the Mickey character."
Look, as much as I wouldn't mind another Rocky and another Rambo, I want Stallone to get back to what he said about, 3.5 years ago, that he was planning something huge for the Expendables 4. I would rather see that.
Yeah,
I would rather see that.
No, they did great with Rocky Balboa, and Apollo Creed is a great kind of spin-off, but not Rocky. And then the last Rambo movie I liked, and I think that it's a perfect end to it. Leave it be. I'm with you. Expendables 4. Let's do it.
Yeah, that last Rambo movie was Home Alone on steroids.
I like old Donna's wife.
It was.
Well,
it was.
To be honest,
I like old Donna's wife. Boy, I can see her singing to me as I'm coming to the ring.
Oh shit! Yeah, when she came out with that song, I'm like, oh man,
never gonna lie. I was like, yes, he better whip his ass, boy.
Man, you didn't see me in the theater. That robe magically appeared on me when she started singing. That shit was crazy.
I'm just curious to know what he's gonna do because he's saying it's gonna be amazing. So it makes it sound like there's gonna be something he puts in there that's gonna be like,
I really don't want to see Expendables 4. The last one was so over the top. I don't see how they can get more over the top than that.
Wait, what was that, JJ?
Well, I'm just saying, Rocky 4, in all honesty, Rocky 4 was the first Rocky movie I ever seen.
What?
That's where I started at.
Really?
Boy, you gotta go back to 3, boy.
No. I've seen 1 through 5. Okay, but Rocky 4 is where I started.
3 is my favorite, boy.
Come on, I would tell you what, I don't know what he can do. I honestly don't know what he could do to make him better where it is.
You can't. You got to fight Floyd Mayweather or something like that, or Conor McGregor, and that shit ain't gonna happen.
Oh man, that's gonna be the end of the franchise because both of them would murder him.
But also somebody in the chat, Shifty Gizm, said the woman that played Adrian, Talia Shire, is still alive.
That played Adrian?
Yeah, her name is Talia Shire.
I thought she died.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, she dies in the movie, but not.
No. I'm talking about
I thought she died in real life.
I don't think so.
Let me. I'm gonna look it up real quick, guys.
Yeah, look it up because I thought she was dead too. To be honest with you, but
you do realize that when you look somebody up who isn't dead that you think is dead, you're gonna kill him.
I don't know about that, but no, that's what I heard. I hadn't looked into her. Like somebody told me, yeah, she died. I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense as to why they killed her, and then that was the end of that discussion.
No, she's still alive. She was born in 1946.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, I guess that was just maybe
she's not young though.
Either she didn't want to come back, or creative or something. All right.
Didn't she come back for a scene or two though? In that, I can't remember.
Not that I know.
Not that I remember.
I can't. It's been so long since I've.
It says here that they made an agreement that her character would be best left out of the film, as this would create an emotional chasm for Rocky.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. See, kind of along the lines of what I said, without really knowing that. I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
It helped ground that movie because that was his rock. The whole in every movie, it was always Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian was the one that pushed him in the first one and told him he did well even though he lost. In the fifth one, she's the one that says, "I know we've lost everything, but we still have each other."
What scene was that, Danny?
Adrian, I love you. We did it.
And he just seems like your friend all the time. Hey, yo, Apollo, he seems cool, man.
So here's
Apollo. That Russian look pretty tough, dog.
Here's a question from Ghostfire. Who do you guys want to see in Expendables 4?
Nobody. There ain't no. They pull out every action star for the past 15, 20 years.
Yes, I love that.
Hey, let me think.
Look at the comment. Add Keanu. I would definitely
put Keanu Reeves. I want to see Steven Seagal too. I want to see Steven Seagal, Keanu Reeves, Jackie Chan, Bolo Yoon. Big ass Bolo from Bloodsport and Enter the Dragon. I want to see.
Can't remember. Wait. Is Chuck Norris in it?
Chuck Norris is in.
He was in the second one. I want to see people I haven't seen in it.
But Chuck Norris,
there are plenty of them.
Chuck Norris wasn't happy with the violence in it. So.
Right.
That's gonna be pretty much like me shadow boxing. Y'all ain't gonna see that shit because it's gonna be so slow. Like, what the fuck is Danny doing?
But here's the thing though, Stallone, they don't have to necessarily be as amazing as we remember when they were young. You can have them do specific things if they're going to be playing soldier-esque kind of characters. Okay. It's just the fact to see them,
Chuck Norris gonna have on his double machine gun harness he had on in his Invasion USA.
But
I want to see Steven Seagal it just be a group of dudes and then he just come on screen. Somebody get chopped in the neck, the legs get broken, this fool gets thrown through the wall. I want to see that kind of shit.
I want to see the.
You want to see 350-pound Steven Seagal do that?
Yes, because he still can. People forget that this dude has 4 different black belts.
I got 4 different guns. I'll whip his ass.
But that's what the people in this movie thought. They had some guns and then they regret.
I don't care how many black belts that guy's got. He's so big right now he might throw a leg out or something.
Hey, do you see
I'm not worried about that though because I think that he would get in shape for Expendables 4 at least to the degree of what Stone would want.
Well, it'll take him 6 months to a year to get in shape.
Oh, yep. There go another one. Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson. I want to see them all in there.
Yeah, The Rock would be good. I want to see a bad Expendables team, right? So let's say you got Dwayne Johnson, you got Vin Diesel, right? Those. I
want to see them as the bad guys because Mel Gibson made the last one interesting.
Did you hear what Dwayne said though? He said that if he's gonna be in the Expendables, he wants to play the bad guy. he wants them to fight him.
And
I
there
would
ain't no
love
way they could beat them. There's no way they could beat.
I would
Well,
love
I would agree with that because Dwayne Johnson or The Rock, however you want to refer to him, has done such light-hearted roles in the past. You know, let him. You know, he's going to be Black Adam, right?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
telling you
let
right
him be the evil one for once. Let's see how evil this man can be on screen.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, I'm sure he can do it.
And it would make sense. It would make sense. Picture the trailer. You got like all these people with Stallone and Statham. You got all these badasses. Person in the audience gonna be like, okay, who is supposed to beat them? And then Dwayne comes out. You're like, oh yeah,
And Vin Diesel.
Right. And
Oh,
Dwayne
shit,
comes
yeah.
out with his own crew of badasses.
This is three
Oh,
bad guys.
God.
These are three bad guys I want to see. Him, Vin Diesel, and Idris Elba.
Oh
Idris
shit.
Elba, yeah.
That would
We'll
be
Imagine
put
the three
Jason
of them.
Statham on that side.
But see the three, like Dwayne comes out, they like ha, like he pretty huge, and then fucking Vin Diesel, then Idris, you like, oh yeah, that's
and then
clean.
put Keanu Reeves in there as the fourth
Oh
bad
shit.
guy.
Like yeah, I
Bro.
can see Keanu being the boss too, because Keanu always plays that one guy that has to stop everybody. So he's the one guy that puts together a team that's good enough to take out Sly and his team. There you go.
Shit, hell, I take Mr. Smith too.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, for
Hugo
sure.
Weaving, really?
What about
He-
is Denzel not Denzel? Yeah,
Denzel would be good.
yeah, you could put him in there.
Denzel would be
Samuel L.
good.
Jackson, is he in it?
Nah,
No.
he ain't really good for
Nah,
fighting.
he's not really a like. Well, he's been in action stuff, but he's not like.
Yeah,
No,
his
but
age-
just his attitude, man. You put him on the
Yeah.
other side. Think about it. Elba,
what's
Washington, Jackson.
Wait. Hold on. What about
Jackson-
the females? We're missing like. What about Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock and
Dude,
Gina
they
Carano?
had
Like, what about
equal-
What
them?
about the
Like,
girl that playing The Mandalorian? What's her name?
yeah,
Agents
Gina
of
Carano.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah.
Oh, I
Gina
know
Carano.
who did another team too. Michael Joe White. Oh my
How
lord.
about
Shit.
What
yeah,
about
I mean, think about that though. You put them all like equal, like for every female character on the other side, you have a female character over here. You have like an equal badass bad guy group.
Yep. That's good enough, Anzo. Like the chick from Ming Na Wen from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You put Gina Carano, Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock. That's already enough.
They
Are
only
you
got
kicking me?
one female. though.
Gina Carano will kick your ass.
Yeah.
They only got one female on the expendable side. That's running around.
But
there you go.
They can add two more, add two more on one side, and then have the females on the bad side. Yo, that would be epic.
Gina is the answer to Ronda because, like, Gina was my favorite female MMA fighter before Ronda. And at first, before Ronda got her ass whooped and I saw that she can't strike, I'm like, Cyborg and Gina Carano would fucking destroy her. So if you put Carano on the other team, then her and Rousey need to fight. That's not
she put on
real,
some weight too.
Wait a minute now. Carano was an MMA fighter, really?
Yeah.
I thought she was just a bodybuilder.
No. She started in Thailand. I think it was like they said she was like the first American to win a title over there in Thailand. So like she went over there in Thailand, and then she went to like they had like Elite XC and stuff like that at the time when women. It was back when women MMA wasn't as respected today. So Ronda Rousey brought female MMA to where it is today, but Gina Carano started that shit. So without Gina, you have no Ronda. Yeah, she did, Danny. Yeah.
She's a lot thinner than, but she put that weight on nicely, which she looked
nice. She did. She got more power now too, so that's good.
No, I mean it's you can do something really awesome like that.
I agree, and the last Expendables wasn't very successful in the box office. That had to do with a lot because it came out bootleg first. Like there was a great copy of that movie before it even came out in theaters, right? So if you can avoid that, you can get a good cast, a good bunch of bad guys going up against the original Expendables. That would be epic. Yo.
We're talking about avoid that. You're the only one on the panel that uses bootleg.
But hey, Anzo, we also got to mention some other factors. Like aside from it coming on bootleg, as you mentioned, right? There were two other factors. The other two factors were that it's PG-13. So it was nowhere near as violent as the other two. And Mel Gibson being the bad guy was controversial because there's a lot of people that don't like him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on saying.
But he
And
pulled
yes,
it off,
Daddy,
boy.
I do bootleg because I don't have the crap that you guys have.
Okay, so
Fatal
Ghostfire's question here.
Wait,
Nobody
hold on. Wait, hold on, JJ. What?
Yeah, I had something to say.
No, I'm just saying, Fatal J is infamous for his $4.99 bootlegs.
That's
right.
okay. Yeah.
So Ghostfire says throw Equalizer, Rambo, Jason Bourne, Agent 47, Bond, and John Wick in a jungle. Who comes out alone? Nobody, because I'll tell you what, it goes down to Jason Bourne and John Wick, and I think they either kill each other or they both walk out because they know better.
You
No.
must be
It would no. I see it. It's going to be these two people. I feel are going to be left: Jason Bourne and Agent 47.
Agent 47 is a beast, buddy.
I don't know, man.
You talking about the first one, or the second one, Terrence?
The first one, the one with Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, he was hell. That second one was nice too, though.
Yeah.
I didn't like the second one because he was too erratic. I'm like, Hitman don't do that, so I had kind of a creative problem with it. But
I ain't talking about his state
Agent
of mind.
47 Agent 47 is the hitman, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm thinking John Wick's coming out.
I think Rambo.
John Wick is a great hand-to-hand combatant, but he's not as good as Jason Bourne or the Equalizer with this hand-to-hand combat. But where I think he excels more than his hand-to-hand combat is in his gun use.
Yeah, he got excellent gun skills, bro. That scene with him and Holly Berry and them two dogs. I watched that over and over and over.
He spent like a year training with Navy SEALs. I'm like,
that's what I was just about to say.
Like,
he has a video out there where he's doing like one of those Navy SEAL trainings, and he's just popping those, those little things they have to shoot, whatever. The targets. Yeah, the targets. Yeah, and he is going.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. And those Navy SEALs specifically said they was like, this dude, number one, Keanu Reeves is a real life martial artist, but they were like, this dude is a beast. Yeah. That's coming from real Navy SEALs. So if real Navy SEALs tell you that somebody is beast, you need to keep the respect high.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Shifty Gizm said Oliphant hated doing Hitman. He said he did it just to pay off his house. Well, Mr. Oliphant, I wish you'd come back and do a number 2 because you were awesome on that. He had the look, the style, everything.
Right before that, Shifty Gizm says Predator shows up and kills them all.
Yeah.
Predator shows up and kills them all. I will draw that person's attention to a movie called Predators where there was a Yakuza guy who was a samurai and he ended up killing the Predator. He won that and he was the last person standing. I just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, I mean, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like humans have killed the Predator many times, Now, if you wanted to say an alien and a xenomorph came and killed them all, then I'd be like, yeah, I could see that happening.
The female, she beat the Predator, the xenomorph too now. Ridley.
Yeah, about Sana Lathan.
Yeah. No, he's talking about Ridley. But Sana Lathan did too.
Well, but to be fair though, like that first kill she got was kind of like an accident. She just kind of sat down and then it was pointing up to the alien kind of jumped on it. But but she did help the Predator against the queen alien in the end. So
that last aliens, I did not like it with Fat Fosbender, whatever his name is.
Yeah, you talking about Alien Covenant?
Yeah, that was
I didn't quite understand it. How was he laying the eggs?
Well, Prometheus
I
was
thought
the
that one
first
was okay though. I thought that was okay. I didn't care for Prometheus, but I thought Alien Covenant was okay.
At the end, wasn't he laying the eggs for the Predators?
For the
xenomorph.
Who was doing it?
Yeah, it was
Fassbender was doing it.
Yeah, he was spitting them out his mouth and then putting them in that little jar.
No, it wasn't the eggs. He was they were like fossilized, whatever. So in Prometheus, they had them in some, I don't know what you want to call it, but he stole a couple of them. So when Alien Covenant came, he was on the planet and he was experimenting with all of them, right? So he put the one in his mouth to hide it because that was the perfect predator. He finally made it at the end. So he put it in his mouth to hide it from
Perfect
people.
alien.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anzo's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Well,
I thought he
they're
had a whole
both
jar of them though.
Prometheus and Alien Covenant are both prequel or before Alien.
Aliens, yeah.
So I like them both just for the story they tell, and it kind of gives you an idea where it came from. It's kind of weird, but I'm a big Ridley Scott fan, and a lot of his movies are a lot deeper than people give him credit for. But you know,
Oh hell no!
Hey,
A
that's a
Quiet
good.
Place Alien? Oh
That
hell
Quiet Place
no!
alien boy. If you make a noise and your ass like you in a damn table saw.
Shit, I feel like my sneeze would get me killed. I'd be sneezing loud as
Hey,
fuck. They
you know
gonna
what Sam, that little boy was playing with that little spaceship?
Yeah.
The boy was like, no.
Uh-huh.
So
And
you
the
get
thing
that
just came and snatched him up.
was I the only one that clapped at that scene because I thought that kid was stupid?
Yes, you're the only one that got that. A little kid getting killed.
Man, why did he play with the toy, man? I was like,
No, he
okay,
didn't know no better.
I don't care. Sometimes in life you need to leave stuff alone.
Oh my god. I can't wait to see this segment though. I'll be glad when it
Yeah,
comes out.
it's coming out soon, I hear, eh?
Which
For
one?
next year. A Quiet Place
Quiet
2.
Place 2.
yeah, they've had it out for a while, or the trailer's been out for a while, but because of all this mess, they had to push it back.
Mhm.
I saw the trailer because the first one I think is great. I didn't care for it as much as everybody else, but like the way that the second one looks is kind of what I wanted to see in the first one. That's why I'm like already liking this one better, even though I haven't seen it.
Okay, Emily Blunt, she can look kind of plain Danish, but I saw her on Lip Sync Battle.
Emily Blunt be cheating. She was cheating in Edge of the Tomorrow too.
She got some freak in her, buddy.
Made you get out the strawberry lube, eh, Danny?
Right. No, it wasn't that deep.
No, hell no. You go raw with that one.
Hey, now Maya, oh yeah, strawberry, pineapple. I'd be like
all the flavors.
Like cameo, strawberry, raspberry, all those good things.
Yep, with the whipped cream. Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's an hour and 22 minutes. It was a great show. We're gonna start wrapping it up. So we're gonna let the people know where to find you guys. We'll start in the opposite direction. And Terrence, tell the people where to find you, bro.
All right, yeah. What's going on, humans? Had a good time with all these fine panelists, and you can see me again with Jason or Anzo and Danny on.
First time you call me that in a long time, bro.
I know you have like a lot of names and stuff, so my mind be like trying to figure out which one to select. But like, say on Comic Chat, you will find us there on Sunday with our show Equilibrium, and then Monday. You can find me on my channel, Tremaine Terrence. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck though. But sometimes
Terrence don't give a fuck. So you just gotta sign him to his channel just for that reason, because he doesn't give a fuck, right? So just do it.
Oh hell yeah, we get along because I don't get one either.
All right. Chris Knight, tell the people where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, you can find me over on The Real Review 3000. I'm trying to get up to 3,000 subscribers. Consider going over there if you haven't already and subscribe and all that. Also, you can find me on Anzo's channel here on Tuesday. Danny's on Mondays. And Chaos Central is where you can find all the shows too. So, go over there and check them all out.
Excellent. And now, Sith Lord, tell the people where they find you.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You know me in the chat as Sith Lord 3827. You can find me on several different channels. But on my own channel, I'm doing a weekly live stream. It's called Randomness at its Finest. It's either on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. That's why it's called Random. And also, you can find me here. Well, it was here at Sith Lord 3827 on Twitter. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. Gentlemen, I had a blast. Thank you for having me as always. And you'll also find me Thursday night over on Chris Knight's channel for the Weekly Rumble. I'll be on Holland Star's channel tomorrow night he's having a Jackbox game night. So come check us out. You know, and if you haven't, like, share, subscribe to all these gentlemen on here. Wonderful guys. I love hanging out with them. Everybody have a good night.
All right.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll definitely have you back for sure. Mr. Comment Chat, tell the people where to find you.
I am Danny. My channel is Comment Chat on YouTube. I try to bring you good, funny, and entertaining content every week. I do that by coming on Monday nights on my show, which is called Chaotic Conversation. This upcoming week we'll be doing movies, and I took off 5. I think it was 5 movies that came out in 2006. So that'll give us a year to pick and choose, see what our top 5 is from each panelist. So please catch us next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I'm here every Tuesday night along with Nzo and Chris on Nzo's channel, the Chaotic List, and also Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on Square One, which is totally sports. We got good topics. What I really want to discuss, so make sure y'all come. Is the Kansas City quarterback Mahomes? Is this sucker
Patrick Mahomes?
Is he overpaid? 10 years at $400 million. That's ridiculous. But we will talk about that more on Saturday. So make sure you catch that. And also,
you gotta have me on. You gotta have me on. I'm from Kansas City. Who best to have on?
I'm glad Chris. We had this show. We had to make this show because 2 other people, I'm not going to call their names, wanted to talk more than me and Nzo on another show. So
hey, I know how to give people time.
Say again.
I know how to give people time.
Okay.
No, I just said I didn't do anything wrong. I'm a nice, humble young man.
You did not. You're good. I didn't call your name. I did not
didn't
call
say no name. We just said, you know.
Anyway, Sunday, we got 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the 3 of us, Nzo, myself, Chris Knight, do the Rule of 3, and also 2 hours later at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have myself, Terrence, John, and Nzo, which Equilibrium, which is a good show. And we mainly talked the first hour about Stargirl, which if you haven't watched, you need to watch it, and then we just go run from there. But thanks for having me, Nzo, Chris. I appreciate being a part of the team. Terrence, JJ, as always, it's good to talk to all of y'all.
Excellent. And it's always a pleasure to have all you guys here, except for Danny.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's when Danny's gonna be the villain in Expendables 4. He gonna randomly kill some guy named Nzo and Terrence. Watch, like
yeah, we're gonna go see that movie. Like, wait a minute, that guy looks familiar.
I'm gonna think of a Phantom Zone.
Is that Danny? What the hell?
What are you saying, Danny?
So I'm gonna make a Phantom Zone gun.
Yeah, you might have to. And you know,
man, Danny,
you avoided the Phantom Zone today, so I'm proud of you. I give you a hand for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Nzo, how come Danny's character in Expendables 4 is creating the Phantom Zone? How come he's able to do that?
He should be in the Phantom Zone. Let's just say that, right? All right, guys. So like I said, I do appreciate everybody for dropping by. I do appreciate the panel. It was a great conversation today. Catch us next week, same time, same channel. We also have other shows. You know, I put everybody's names in the description, except for you, JJ. I wasn't sure you were coming on, but, you know, subscribe to his channels. I was watching some of his videos, does some good stuff, and I appreciate it also. Everybody, we out. Peace out.
Peace.